Hello, fellow marketers and retailers. Josh Linkner here. I was so delighted to share some ideas with you on innovation as we continue the expedition on June 6th in Chicago. What I wanted to do briefly is recap the 5 key points that I was able to make in Chicago, the 5 core mindsets of innovators. And my true hope is that you're able to embrace these principles and put them into use in your own businesses to drive momentum and seize challenges in the months and years to come. All right, let's dive in. The first core principle that I covered is the notion that every barrier can be penetrated. It's this core belief that no matter how difficult an obstacle may seem, or how insurmountable a challenge may feel, if you throw enough imagination at it, there has to be a way to conquer it. In other words, the starting point isn't that something can't be done, it's that there's got to be a way to figure it out, and now we're going to get along with the hard work of doing just that. Core point number 2, borrowed from the 1979 song, "Video Killed the Radio Star." In other words, one type of approach put the other type of approach out of business. I'm from Detroit, and when a new car version comes out, it puts the old one out of business. Software companies are great at this. Version 5.0 puts version 4.0 out of business, and there's even a term for it, planned obsolescence. In other words, video killed the radio star. Here's what it means for us. It's a willingness to take challenges head on and ideally switch them, flip them to a new possibility, to let go of the past in order to discover the possible. It's willingness to challenge underlying assumptions, defy traditions, and ultimately put ourselves out of business. Video killed the radio star. Our third core principle that I covered in Chicago, break the rules to get the jewels. And again, I'm not suggesting we break any laws, but what I am suggesting is that there's an unwritten, unspoken set of rules of engagement that often by confronting those, shattering them, we're able to find new possibilities. One thing that I've learned now in 29 years in business is that too often we tend to overestimate the risk of trying something new, of shaking things up, but we underestimate the risk of standing still. So my suggestion is look at the unwritten rule book, challenge that type of thinking, and discover fresh possibilities to drive meaningful results and progress. Point number 4, core mindset number 4 of innovators, seek the unexpected. There's an expected approach, the way you do business every day, the way we engage at the retail environment, the way we manage marketing campaigns. But that expected approach is not what wins awards, nor is it what makes history. It's the opposite. When we can do the unorthodox, provocative, bold, out there idea, that unexpected approach, that's what makes history. That's what allows us to enjoy our full potential. And that's exactly what I would encourage you to embrace, seeking the unexpected. Our fifth and final point, borrowed from a Zen proverb, fall 7 times, stand 8. We're going to have adversity. We're going to screw something up. We're going to have a setback. That's just part of life. And if not, we're not going hard and fast enough. But let's not let those stumbles be our defining moment. Quite the opposite. It's the manner in which we rise from adversity and get back into the fight. That's what makes all the difference in the world. And ideally, we do that with the most powerful tool at our disposal, human creativity. In other words, using our creative mojo to get back off the canvas and ultimately carry the day. Grit, determination, and tenacity. These are the driving factors why startups can beat industry giants. In other words, it's not about the size of your balance sheet or your worldwide headcount that matters. A lot of it has to do with your level of grit and resiliency. We fall 7, we stand 8. So again, it was such a privilege sharing ideas with you. I'd love to continue to stay in touch. You can follow my blog at joshlinkner.com or check me out on Twitter at joshlinkner. But most importantly, quick recap of our 5 core points, 5 core mindsets of innovators. Number 1, every barrier can be penetrated. Number 2, video killed the radio star. Number 3, break the rules to get the jewels. Number 4, seek the unexpected. And number 5, fall 7 times, stand 8. I hope these mindsets have been helpful for you. I wish you all the best on your own creative journey, and let's continue to push the boundaries with inventive thinking and innovation to ultimately seize our full potential.